Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 152 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit and crochet, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I'm actually filming this a day early. I'm filming it on a Friday, and I won't have a chance to get it uploaded until sometime on Saturday. So, the release schedule is the same, but the filming schedule is off a bit. We're going to be out and about quite a bit on Saturday, and I just won't have the time to get the filming done then. So, filming this on Friday, March the 10th, 2023, and it's a yucky looking day out there. I'm actually perfectly happy to be stuck indoors and not having to go out for anything today. They've been threatening snow. Thankfully, we're not getting it. We've just got a little bit of sleet. A few snowflakes have come down, but it's not really much of anything to speak of. But it's kind of dark out. It's dreary, cloudy, damp looking. I've even got an extra sweater on. So, what am I wearing today? This is the Occhio, O-C-C-H-I-O cardigan by Little Red Knit, or Little Red Knits. It is a crochet pattern, and I made it using Karen Simply Soft. So it's just some yarn I had kicking around at home, and it needed to be used. So I enjoyed making this. It's kind of got like a oversized fit, and it's long. It's nice and long. It comes down to mid thigh, almost getting to my knees. So it's a nice, big, bulky, long, warm, cozy, almost a blanket type cardigan. I love it. So that's what I'm wearing today. So I'm cold. I thought I need something warm to wear today. Just sipping on water, nothing interesting there. So I do have a finished object, again from last week. These are my, let me get this right, Valgus socks. It's by Jennifer, I can't read my own writing, got my glasses on. It is by Jennifer Rushinsky, and this design was the round 1 pattern for Sock Madness 17, and they're finished. I think I was able to show you just the very beginning I had done. I don't have the marker in anymore, but I think I had just the very beginning of it done when I saw you last week. The pattern came out on Saturday morning. I think it was the 4th of March at 7:30 something in the morning. So I was able to get a fair bit of knitting done on Saturday. I didn't get too much done on Sunday. And then because I was on spring break right now, or am still on spring break right now, I was able to work on these a lot on Monday and Tuesday. I did not much of anything else other than get something together for lunch and supper, and I finished them on Wednesday. And I probably could have finished them on Tuesday if I'd really pushed it, or finished them earlier on Wednesday if I'd really pushed it, but I didn't feel the need to really push it. At the time when I was getting closer to ready to submit, there were only 5, 6, 7 people had crossed the finish line for my team. And there's 35 spots per team. So I had plenty of time to finish these. And it was a really cool construction. You knit them flat, put in a contrast yarn to mark for an afterthought heel, which you come back to do later. Continued to knit flat until you got to the toe. Once you got to the toe and had done the right number or sufficient number of the cable crossings, then you joined it in the round and you did a basic toe. Once that was done, then you could go back and add in the afterthought heel in the contrast colors. So the toes and heels were done in the same contrasting color. And then you went in and stitched the seam together. You seamed together the two sides of the sock, the flat part of the sock. And it was a really neat design. There is a right sock and a left sock. So if you see on these, you'll see that the join is on the opposite sides, and it goes up the foot and kind of spirals to the cuff. And the way they were designed, you have, I'm not sure how visible this is, but you can see in here that the cables are shifting over. And you can see along this side that the cable is shifting. So you end up with the seam kind of spiraling. So it starts on the outside of the toe and spirals across the foot and then up the leg, but it's going at an angle on both the right sock. One's angling right, one's angling left. So that's really kind of neat. That was neat. So I submitted mine mid-afternoon on Wednesday, and they were approved not too long after I had sent in my email that I was finished. And I either came in as the 9th or 10th person on my team to cross the finish line on my team. I'm not sure if I was 9 or 10, because when I was checking, it kept saying 8, that there were 8 people. And then when I got my approval email and checked again, it said there were 10. So there was 2 of us that submitted our emails and were approved around the same time. So I'm not sure if I was 9 or 10. Either which way, I'm really happy with how quickly I was able to get those knit up and done. And I enjoyed making them. I haven't tried them on yet, but I have a sneaking feeling that they're not going to fit me, which is fine, because I'll find someone who have smaller feet than me. I will find somebody who has a smaller size foot than I do, and a slimmer foot and leg, and a lower instep, so that they will fit. So they will fit someone. I am actually planning on sorting through all of my socks one of these days and trying them and seeing which ones fit and which ones I like. And the ones that don't fit me or that I can't wear, and the ones that I'm not that fond of, I plan on giving away. I think I will take all of the ones to my church and let all the different ladies from the church go shopping in my spare socks, because I have had a couple ladies that keep threatening to kidnap my socks if I'm not looking. There's one in particular that if any of my shawls or socks go missing, I will be going to her house first, because I think that is my first choice of who's gonna kidnap some of my knitwear. But I do plan on doing that, and we're having in May, we are planning on having at the church a mother-daughter banquet, just for all the ladies of the church. And I think what I'll do is I will bring the socks to that and let the ladies take a look and see which ones they might like to have. And it's just a way I can get rid of some of my socks, because I just have far too many. So there's a lot that I don't wear just because they don't fit. And especially my Sock Madness socks, because those I tend to knit to the smaller specifications that are allowed, just for the sake that it's fewer stitches and I have a better chance of advancing. I don't go, you're not allowed to go below a certain size, but I do tend to knit them to the smallest allowable specifications. And then I can gift the socks to someone else. I've given some to a few friends of mine, I've given some to my mom, I've given some to my sister, and now I plan on giving away more, but I will sort through them and pick and choose which ones I like the most. And it typically, lately the ones I like the most are the plain stockingette ones, just the plain vanilla socks. And I enjoy knitting them as well. So that was a little bit of a rabbit trail I went down. Anywho. So since I finished these on Wednesday, I've spent a bit of time on Thursday and so far today working on my 2 other whips that I have. I'm really trying to restrain myself and not cast on anything new other than the Sock Madness socks. So the round 2 probably will not start until a week from Saturday. So a week from when you're watching this video. Although it might finish sooner. People are finishing this design a little bit quicker. There are, I think, less than, across all 26 teams, there's less than a total of 100 that are left to finish out of 800 and some. I can't remember how many total have started the competition, but there's less than 100 left to finish. So round 2 might start a little bit sooner. But either way, I'm going to just continue working on my 2 whips and not start anything new other than the Sock Madness socks, and keep working on my existing whips. So the first whip that I've spent a bit of time on this past week is my Rachel top. So it is slowly getting bigger. This is a pattern by Veronica Joby, and I cast this on back in September, and I'm slowly making progress on it. Since I showed you last, I've added this part here. So I've added another inch or so to the sweater. So I am slowly making progress. I still have several more repeats to go before I'm at the point where you get to the underarm and then you split for the front and back. Once I get to the point where it's ready to split for the underarm, I will give it a try on, sort of, to see how it fits lengthwise. And if necessary, I'll add a couple more repeats onto the body before I start the separation and do the top part of the sweater. So that's slowly but surely coming along. I hope to actually get it done in time to wear it this summer. The next sweater I make, I really do think I need to make sure I do something in a heavier weight yarn. Fingering weight, light fingering weight sweaters are slow going for me. But my other work in progress are my March toe up sort of shorty socks. And again, these are socks that I'm making using my 12 days advent calendar, and the 12-day advent calendar is full of 50-gram skeins of yarn, which are just perfect for making a pair of shorty socks for me. So here's where they are now. I was here when you saw them last week, so I've added another 10-15 rounds. Like I say, I haven't done a lot of knitting on anything else other than the Sock Madness socks up until Wednesday, from Saturday till Wednesday. All I worked on was Sock Madness socks. So the little bit of time I've had since Wednesday afternoon, I added a few rounds on here and a few rounds on my Rachel top. So those are my latest sort of shorty socks. And again, I will continue knitting on the foot. I will do the gusset increasing, then I will do the heel turn and heel flap, just a slip stitch heel flap in the bare yarn, then come back to using the green and just keep going up the leg until I'm out of yarn. So that'll probably about 30, I think it's 25 to 35 rounds of stockinette, and then I usually get about 10 to 15 rounds of either 1x1 or 2x2 ribbing on the leg, and then I'm out of the yarn, and then I'll just do between 2 and 4 rounds in bare in the ribbing just to finish it off. And that'll be another pair of socks done. So I have all month to get those finished, so I'm not in a huge hurry. I do want to make sure I spend some time on both those whips in my non-Sock Madness knitting time. So we shall see how much I make progress on those between now and when I see you guys next. So, and I keep forgetting to show you, I decided on and ordered a project bag for myself for my birthday earlier in February, and it arrived a couple weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to show it to you. So I opted to get a fat squirrel bag, and I got the Erin sized sweater bag, and it's the largest size she makes, and I love it. I just love this cat pattern. Black cats. I love black cats. If my husband was not allergic to cats, I would have a couple, most likely black cats. I love black cats. Maybe a white one, but probably black cats. They're my favorites. Boy, girl, doesn't matter. Fixed either way, but I love black cats. And the inside is just a plain neutral with the wrist strap on the zipper. So there we have it. So I had been threatening to get myself a project bag for myself for a birthday present to me, from me, and I looked at a bunch of different patterns, and then I saw an update that there was going to be some new bags on Fat Squirrel's webpage, and I lucked out and got the larger size with the cats on it. So I'm so happy with it. Absolutely love it. So now I'm eager to get a larger shawl project on the go, or a non-fingering weight sweater pattern on the go, so that I've got something to put in that bag and use. But I'm not casting on a new sweater until these other whips are done. No new sweaters until the Rachel sweater is done. I can't start another sweater or else Rachel will never get finished. Poor thing. So that's about all that's new with me this week. We've been on spring break, so I have not had classes to worry about. I've not worried about dealing with emails. I haven't received much of anything to worry about anyway, because everyone's on break and laying low. So I have thoroughly enjoyed the downtime. Although this afternoon I do need to go through and get a few emails dealt with and get a few other work-related things I should get done today. I don't really want to leave them until Sunday afternoon. I should do them today. But I said that yesterday as well. So we shall see. But otherwise, that's about all that's new around here. So I'm wearing a nice warm sweater. I finished a pair of socks, and I've got a little bit of progress done on both of my existing whips. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made. And I plan on keeping on plugging with them. Like I say, this evening, I don't think we have any plans for this evening. The hubby's out at an all-day professional development, continuing ed kind of thing. So it's running from 9 till 4 today, so he'll pick up. I think he's going to go to, there's like a farmer's market type of place that's right close to where his training thing was. So I think he's going to look for something to pick up there for supper. It's Amish Mennonite type market, so they've got all kinds of fantastic stuff there. So whether he gets, they make these fantastic chicken pot pies. Oh, they're so good. So he might get one of those, or he might get one of the other meals that they have. He's going to give me a call when he's done at 4 o'clock and see what we think we want for supper at that point. And he'll pick up a couple other things when he's there. And then we'll probably just watch a movie or two, watch something on TV tonight. So I'll have plenty more time for knitting tonight. Unless we go out, he's kind of thinking he wouldn't mind going out to see a play at the local high school here tonight. We'll see if we do that or not. I don't know. Tomorrow morning we have the fire hall close by to us where my hubby works. They have a all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet, a fundraising thing they do every month. So we're going to go out there for breakfast. That's always fantastic. Then we're going to go to a nearby town. We need to get some banking done, and we want to go and see the Jesus Revolution movie while it's still playing in the theaters. So it's playing out there, so we're going to go for that. Go to the 1 o'clock. I think there's a showing at 10 after 1. So we're planning on going to that, and then get a few shopping things done, and then probably stop someplace for supper on the way home. And we won't need lunch because we're full from buffet still, from the breakfast still. But I will get some time to get a bit of knitting done tomorrow. So I should try to get my school stuff, my work stuff done this afternoon so that it's done. I don't have to think about it on Saturday. So I don't want to think about it on Saturday. Anyway, so I'll stop rambling here. I shall let you go, and I will see you guys again in a week. Take care, everyone. Bye.